Hello, good evening. I am Hino Samad Eric from Mindanao State University, Mayugo School of Arts and Trades. I'm from Bachelor of Science in Computer Science 1A, and I was tasked to write a program which which prompts the user to enter a number between 1 and 10 or from 1 to 10. Then the program should then generate and display a right angle triangle pattern of ones with the specified numbers of rows using 2D arrays. Then the program should continue prompting until the user enter exit, which terminates the program. And here I'm using programmist.com as my online Java compiler. And to show to you that my program runs, when I run it, it enters, it displays a statement which says enter dimension from 1 to 10 or type exit to quit. So when I type 3, for example, the program prints a right triangle with of ones which has a dimension of 3. 3 rows. And when I type 5, still does the same. Okay, let's try that again. 5 because my internet got interrupted. And again, it still does the same but with a triangle with a row of 5. Does the same with 6, 7, 8, and this will continue until I put a number that's less than 0 or greater than 10, which is for example 11. Okay, it says invalid input. Please enter a number from 1 to 10. And when I type exit, this terminates the program. And now I'll try to explain to you every line of the program or every function that has been used in the program. So let's start by the import scanner class. Before we can take an input from the user, we need a way to read what they input or what they type. In Java, we use something called scanner. To do this, we have to input it first. This import java.util.scanner. Next is to define the main class. We create a class called trig pattern Eric. In this case, in Java, every program needs to have a class because it's an object-oriented language. As you can see, I have I got my program named trig pattern Eric, which can be seen in the file name trig pattern Eric.java. Next is to define the main method. This is the main method, and it's where the program starts running. Think of it as the entry point of the program. Next is to create a scanner object, which is here. Now we create a scanner object called scanner. This will allow us to read whatever the user types into the console. Next is the while or the infinite loop because we want the program to keep asking the user for input until they choose to exit. So we use a while true loop which runs forever unless we manually stop it. And this for loop will perform this program unless it meets the condition here. when we enter when we enter the when the user enter the word exit, this will cause the loop to break or the or to terminate the program. Next is the asking the user for an input. Now we display a message asking the user to enter a number between 1 and 10. They can also type exit if they want to stop the program. And this if statement again will check if the user has typed the word exit. So when the user types the word exit, this will cause the loop to break or to terminate the program. Next is to check if the scanner has entered a number. If the user didn't type exit, we check if they entered a number. The function this scanner that next in checks if the user input is an integer. Next it is the int s. This is where we store the s. This is where we store the value or the number that the user has input in this s. Next is to validate the input range because we will have to make sure that the number is between or from 1 to 10. If if the number is too small or too big, we show an error message and use continue to skip the rest of the loop and ask them again. So again, if they put a number greater than less than 1 or greater than 10, this statement will be printed. Then we continue. Next is the declaration of 2D array for the triangle. Now we create a 2D array called triangle. Think of it as a table with S rows and S column, S by S, where we will store our triangle pattern. Next is fill the triangle array in this for loop. So again, we need to fill a triangle with ones, and here's how we do it. At first, the outer loop I goes through each row. The inner loop J fills in each rows with ones up to column I. This create this creates a right angled triangle pattern. Again, example. Okay, when I put 4, this creates a right triangle pattern with rows of 4. And next, for the printing of the triangle, here in the second for loop, we need to display the triangle on the screen. So we use this. The outer loop I goes through each row again, and the J prints each one in that row, adding a space between them. So here, adding a space between them because if we don't put a space between them, then the program will not look like a triangle. And this system out print line will create a next line, or we skip the next line or move to the next line. Next is the handling of invalid inputs. Here I use an else statement which functions as if the user enters something that isn't a number or exit, we show an error message. Invalid input, please enter a number between 1 and 10 or exit. Then the scanner next clears the invalid input so that we can ask again. Next, and I think finally, is the closing of the scanner. Closing the scanner to free up system resources. It's good to practice to close the scanner when we're done using it. And yeah, I think that's for it for the explanation of this program. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something from this video. And if you like to know about the other functions or other things about programming, especially in C++ plus plus and Java, just comment down below. And thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.